Alright guys, you are welcome to our next tutorial on the Python series. Today we shall be looking at exceptions. Exception is a mechanism in Python for us to be able to write programs that are robust to errors or malicious attack. So Python uses a special object called exceptions to be able to handle errors that may mistakenly or intentionally arise in the course of running the program. And how does this happen? Uh, when you write your program, especially when you have a program that requires user input, a user might mistakenly or intentionally introduce some invalid entry that may break your program, and you want to undo this so that your program will not break, and so that your program will not be exposed. So how is this handled in Python? You use what you call the try except block, and then you can add the else block. So the idea is, let's say for instance you want to run a code that prints uh, that does division, and you know that if the denominator is 0, of course that is going to give you an error. And when you allow Python to manage this by itself, it's going to expose, for instance, the name of your file, and going to expose some part of the code out which you don't want users to see, or a malicious attacker to see. So you want to undo that. So to do that, you put the code that you know can result into an error in the try block. So this is the try, and this is the body of the try. So this is the try block, and you had an except with the Python object name of the kind of error that you feel might arise in the try block. Then you can handle whatever should print a nice message to the screen of when the error occurs in the try block. That's just what it's saying. That's just what the exception does. So you use exception to prevent your code from crashing. Let's say for instance in this case where you just have a simple code that you want it to run forever unless the user input a Q for quit, and the code just does a simple division. So let's see what happened in code. If we run the code, it asks you for the first number, and you press enter. It asks you for the second number. Now it prints the answer out, then it asks you again for it starts all over again. Let's say you now enter the second number to be 0. So this is going to introduce an error, and this error, you see that it is showing us part of our code, and you don't want that to happen. So in order to be able to handle this, you can introduce the try and except. So where do you put the try and except? You know that that can happen here in this place. So what you do now is you introduce the try here, and you put this code inside the try. But should we also put this inside the try? No. The reason is this print answer does not throw any error. So the code that actually throws an error, that has the potential of throwing an error, is this line. So you don't need to put this inside the try. So what you now do is you now have an except that you put, that in case the error occurs, which is 0 division error that we're seeing here. That's what the Python gave us as that error. So in case that 0 division error occurs, what do? You let you print out a message to the user to let them know they have entered invalid division by 0 not allowed. So by doing this, you allow your program to be robust, to be able to handle the the whatever problem can happen here. And so why do you now put this print? You put this print answer into what you call the else block, and you put it inside the else block. Reason is, whatever line of code can result into a potential problem will be in the try block. Whatever line of code that you want to continue to execute upon successful execution of the code in the try block should be in the else block. Whatever line of code that you want to print out to the users when there is an error in the try block, you put it in the except block. That's just all that is being said here. So you have the else block where you put in whatever line of code that you feel is dependent on the try block. So let's run it and see what happens. So when you run this, you put in the normal value, you put in this, it gives you the answer. You put in this and you put in 0. Now you see what happens. It prints out that division by 0 not allowed. So instead of our program crashing, our program is now robust to that. So unless the user actually entered a queue, the program does not crash. So thank you very much for listening. That's all what is the exception is saying in Python. And do let us know whether you have benefited from this by giving us a like, and your comment is well appreciated. Thank you. See you in the next one.